Content Catchup.
Ladies, gentlemen, dogs, cats, birds,
Wow.
welcome back. It's season 2 of the Content Catch-Up coming to you live.
Live?
Not really
We
live.
stream
Not
it
live at all. Not live. Just live recorded. Michael George Percy Barker, it's a pleasure to see you again.
It's what a time to be alive. I'm not sure about that middle name, but it is. I've missed this. I've missed seeing that face. I've missed seeing my face, especially. But hello, and no, it is. It's very good to be back. We missed it, and how you going? Catch us up on your life. We haven't spoken.
Catch us up on your life.
We haven't spoken since our last episode because we're not really
No.
beyond podcast friends.
Even at work, we don't talk to each other. We just kind of grunt and give approval for videos that way.
It's funny. It's funny because that used to be accurate in my first 6 months.
You
there.
did just used to grunt at people.
No, it was just at you.
Oh, yeah, that's fair though. What's been happening? Well, pretty busy time over Chrissy. Just a lot of family stuff. I had an assignment due, which probably is no interest to anyone, but that took a lot of stress out of my life.
Of course,
just like, do you remember when, like with university and high school, when you just used to leave assignments to the last minute, and you kind of get to the point, and you're like, I don't even know what I'm fucking writing anymore.
See,
this is trash.
I was the opposite.
You would be actually.
I remember whenever you talk about your assignments, how you leave it to the last day, and so many people do it, but I'm the opposite. Like, I'll just get it out of the way as soon as possible, but that's just because I don't like leaving things to the last minute, and you're known to be a bit unorganised, so...
You're also a very organised person, so I can see that. But anyway, I did that. Watched a lot of cricket. Went to the Boxing Day test, which was sensational.
Live crowd.
It was great to be back. Probably missed a lot of the crowd because I don't think it was 50% capacity. I think it was like 25%.
Right.
And honestly, like a crowd makes the test environment that much better. But it was good to finally go to the MCG. I think we've said it before, but it's so weird. You take for granted how often you'd go there in a year, and then not to be able to go there for a year and do anything. It was nice to be out there, watch some cricket, watched plenty of the Big Bash on TV, and that's about it really. Nothing too exciting. What
How's
about you,
that?
Michael?
A bit more adult stuff. Just, looking where we're looking for a house.
Yep.
Growing up. What else though? No, Christmas is good. Saw the family and everything. But going back to live sport, do you sort of think that it looks like out of this world when you saw on the TV like real
Crowds?
fans there? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit weird.
It's good though. It's cool. Same with basketball. So like basketball NBL season started. I think they had to delay it a fair bit, but been watching a fair bit of that, of course. Beyond that though, I don't know. Pretty boring.
You're not a boring guy. You know what the best part of this is? You know what's coming up?
What?
The Super Bowl.
Oh. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about the Super Bowl? How many fans come out in Australia that act like they always watch it? I know you watch it, but do you notice how many Australians come out and they're just like act like they're into it, but they watch one game?
That's because it's like an Australian excuse to go to a pub and get drunk on a Monday or a Tuesday.
That's fair.
That's all it is. But that'll be a good game. That's Tom Brady, who was the old Patriots champion quarterback.
So he's like 60 now.
He's like 40 something. He's pretty old. But he's with his new team and they've made the Super Bowl. So he'll be going for his 7th Super Bowl title, which is incredible when you think about it.
Is that the most ever?
I think it might be. I'm not too good with NFL history, but you know what's... And I love this about all American sports. I think it's the same in basketball, but like how they declared themselves like world champions after they win a sport that they only compete in.
That's true. So, we're always world champs.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're not. Yeah, you're American champs.
That's real peak. That's the real peak America. Like, imagine if we did that, calling Richmond world champs last.
Yeah, well, you could technically because like. Why not?
Footy AFL in the world.
Yeah. But anyway, Bucks, that's enough politeness. I think you're up. Let's get some content going since this is the content catch-up.
All right, content. Let's get into it. No, so I've gone... It's funny trying to pick... You see, I think we're so used to seeing bits of content during the week and then not being able to talk about it. But mine actually came from a few days ago, so I kept it recent. But I want to talk about players farewelling their team. And I'm going to go to the baseball world, which is cool for me. Well done, Michael.
Nice. Different.
So, I'm not going to get this pronunciation right, but LA Dodgers Enrique Hernandez, possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah, does that sound right?
I don't know. I don't know a lot of baseball players, but Enrique Hernandez sounds pretty... Enrique, maybe?
So,
I don't know.
You do.
The more you say it, you just can't get the right pitch. But anyway.
Anyway, he farewelled the LA Dodgers fans through... You know how when players leave after a long stint at a certain club, it's sort of a awkward ground of content because the team he leaves, it's usually just a nice farewell post, but it's nothing too extraordinary because it's not like it's thanking him, but it's never on from the player's view sort of thing. And then the players will typically go with a photo, a long caption on Instagram. But old mate Enrique did a nice video that obviously his camp did. And I just thought it was a great sort of way to farewell a team that I assume he's been there for a while. We'll give it a watch and you can tell me your thoughts.
Dear LA, 6 years of my life with you. Absolutely incredible. I went from not knowing if I'd crack the big league roster to winning 6 division titles, playing in the postseason every year, and finally bringing that World Series trophy back to LA. Thank you to team staff and stadium employees for taking care of me and my family. Thank you to our training staff, coaches, and front office for everything. Thank you to my teammates. You made me a better player, better leader, better man, and now even a better father. I'm gonna miss you guys. Thank you, fans. We had fun, didn't we? From day one, playing in front of you at Dodger Stadium felt like a dream. From the rally banana, to the balk-off, to the pinch hits, to Game 5, to me pitching, to let Kike catch, to my bobblehead night, and finally, to winning the World Series. Through the good and the bad, you supported me. It makes me so proud to leave you as a World Series champ. You deserve that. LA, you're in my heart forever. I love you.
Oh, you done?
That was cool. Yeah.
I just thought it was cool that he went to the effort of, like his camp obviously went to the effort of putting together a video and as I said, it's not from either team because it's sort of an awkward middle ground of you can't really produce that if you're the new or old team. And I don't really know if I don't think he's retiring, but we'd have to look more into it. But yeah, I just thought it was a lot better than an Instagram post and it's really personal, a bit of humour and just hits all the boxes of farewelling the fans.
Yeah. That last line, you know how I think you're right with like leaving clubs, you can sound like a bit, it's all forced. About me. Forced as well, but like it's like, oh, I'm now a champion, I'm now this. But what he said there, where I'm so proud to leave you as world champions, like as if he's given something to LA, which is true. Like that's what he's done. I think that's like a nice way to wrap it up. And if there were any fans that were like, oh, you're just leaving because you want more money and stuff, he's like, no, I've done everything I need to do here. Like, how much more do you do? It's really well put together. There's nothing too complex about it either, is there?
No, it's just slick editing and a nice... Well, the storyline is what makes it. I wanted to put out to our listeners, or you, if you can think of any, Jules, but what are some sort of different ways players are farewell teams? So, like, you could go down your beloved LeBron of a TV show, or do you remember when he came back to Cavs and basically hosted a... what's it called? Like a concert? Do you remember he was on the stage? But like, can you think of any other ways? Like typically, if it's not like a big name player, they'll do the typical screenshot of like your phone note, like a big note.
Yeah.
But like, can you think of any other ways? I reckon you'd have to look in the American world more than Australia, because I feel like, again, what do we do? Like, what do AFL players or AFLW or NRL, like what? It's sort of just a post.
I've seen some players. Do you know the website, the Players Tribune?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the big farewell articles. Yeah. That's
the big like farewell letters. I'm pretty sure Derek Jeter from the New York Yankees, like when he retired, he put out like a lot of content on his own because he played for so long and he was like such an iconic name for the Yankees. There was some good content around that. But yeah, you're right. I think like mostly what I see is just even players just jumping on Instagram and putting a few posts up in a carousel these days. It might not even be that long note. It's just yeah, thanks for the memories, da 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 da, goodbye.
Yeah, it's amazing how different or how better it makes that from him actually doing a voiceover, like rather than just
Yeah,
typing it.
exactly.
His caption was "I love you," and he actually just said everything he needed to say. But funny you mentioned
Yeah.
players. Is it Tribune?
Tribune.
Dunno. I was just saying off air that I don't read much, but that's one I will go out of my way to read if there's a player
Really?
I know. Yeah.
The Kevin Love concussion stuff was amazing on that when he wrote a lot of that, and the House of Isaiah, if you ever watched that, with like Isaiah Thomas, where he was like,
Was that when he found out he was traded? And
yeah.
That was really cool. But anyway, going a bit off topic, I wanted to ask you, I'll put you on the spot here. You're at a team for 10 years. You're a massive player, Jules. How do you fare well at City? How would you do it?
I don't know. I think you have to be a little sincere, but part of me would want to just find like every funny moment from that 10 years and be like, these are the memories I'll be leaving with. Thanks.
Yeah. I'd want to like just a pout pose.
Just drop
yeah. No, I think they've earned so much money. I'd pay someone big bucks to find put together a nice, whether it be a video or be a bit different. But yeah, listeners, if you know of any athlete that had something a bit out there, or you've got a way you'd do it, let us know. Hit us up.
Like for example, there's a couple of players that might be coming towards the end of their career, like some big name players. I mean, Gary Ablett, we lost like he died. Gary Ablett retired at the end of last year, and he kind of just did a post, I think. I don't think he did too much more than that. Was there an opportunity there? Like, should he have done more?
Probably. It probably goes back to our environment of Australia. Like, it looks like you're a bit up yourself if you go to too much of it.
Tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, you want to make it all about you, but hey, if you had a career like Gary Ablett, bloody hell, it's not even that arrogant. If you had a voiceover of a nice video someone puts together for you,
Yeah, I don't know. I think you kind of get over that whole tall poppy thing, and just if you owe it to people to give a bit more of a response, like after 10 years of supporting someone, like
that's true. Think of the city and the fans. It's not about you. And like that video, it was personal. I think he talked about his family. He talked about everything off field as well. So Enrique,
becoming a better father and stuff like that. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nice, Michael.
Nice debut, season 2.
Michael, George, Percy, Barker, everyone.
Can I ask why you're calling me that?
Just to annoy you.
It's better than my middle name. My real middle name. You don't need to say it.
I know this.
Don't say it.
I know this.
No, I'll own it. Francis.
Francis.
Got Franny through
that's
high
a good
school.
one.
Pain in the ass.
On to Franny. All right. My turn.
What do you got?
It is.
What you got?
So, what I want to say is that...
You're not going to build something up again.
I'm not
you
going
did
to
this
build
last
something
season.
No. It's... So I've been watching a shitload of Big Bash over the summer, and I keep a close eye on the Renegades because they're my team. And they had a pretty shit season, to be honest with you. I think they won 3-4 games maybe. So nothing to write home about compared to when they won the finals in 2000, whatever it was. So they're at the bottom of the table. Obviously not a lot of things going right for them, except their content. And I want to talk about something that they've done with a player named Peter Hatzoglu. I think I've butchered the pronunciation of this.
Hatzoglu.
Peter Hatzoglu. I think I've absolutely butchered that, so fine. I apologize to anyone listening. But
and Peter.
So basically, Peter. So this is this guy that they signed at the start of this year, and he's essentially just a grade cricketer. So he's not probably well-known locally, but it would be like signing Cohen to your team. It's just he's just a player, right?
I'm kidding.
It's lucky Cohen doesn't listen to this because the amount of digs we've had at him, it's not fun. It might be borderline bullying, but anyway. So they've essentially, and I think this is a great thing that they've done. They've made him into a cult hero through content.
But with cult heroes, there's usually something about, what is it about? Do you say his name is Peter? What is it about Peter?
Peter. He's just he's He's a spin bowler. He bowls fast spin. There's really that. I don't think there's anything that like. He's just a cool character. Can you see my screen here?
I can.
I'm
yes.
on. Yeah.
I think I might have seen. He's the guy yelling, isn't he? He's the emotional.
Yeah.
He always.
So
Yeah.
this is here. So like.
It's good yelling him.
They've just like created this whole thing where they post a picture of him and everyone in the comments, like, look, even the official Big Bash account, they just start commenting Peter. Peter. And it's just brilliant. Like,
Is that literally the only thing they had in common? That's all they wanted to say.
yeah, they're all named Peter. But like every post now is just, as soon as they post a picture of him, it's just Peter. And look, Peterborough, Great Ocean Road, a heater, a wind cheater, a parking meter, and you know the rest.
God, content is stupid. The content that works is so stupid when you think about it.
But like, even look at this. Like, even fans are getting around it at the game. They've created that much of a cult hero of him that like people have just jumped on this completely. So again, what
cool.
grinds Peter's gears? Peter's Place Cafe. Like. This one was quite good. Like, they just got some a picture of him walking up to fireworks, and they're like, "Oh, nice of MCG to put some fireworks up for Peter when he got there." It's a Peter thing you just wouldn't understand. A beautiful mind with Peters with wickets, and like, it's just shit content, but it works.
That's what people love, though. And you know what's great about this? Like, I rag on cricket because I don't know it, but. Yeah. This would get people like me to notice it.
It would, because you don't actually have to know anything about the game. No. And all of a sudden, because you see it so often, you kind of, it like piques your interest in it. So you're kind of like, oh, I might have a watch of the game after, or I might follow them on Twitter. I might do this, do that. They even started threads on Twitter, I'm pretty sure, where they just comment Peter and they'd be like, add a Peter to this. And it would just go on and on and on and on and on.
That's so silly.
It's silly, but again, like, I'm going to flip this back on you. Have you ever witnessed, I'm going to stop sharing now. Or can you think of any other examples of like any other team where they just build up the cultness of one player?
Well, one that's massive in NBA is Boban.
Boban, yeah.
Marv, whatever you want to say it. But he's been on like, I want to say 6 to 8 teams. And if you don't know him, I don't know where he's from, but
he's that tall guy.
He's like
fucking massive.
7 foot. He's like a giant, and he is the nicest human being that, like, if you ask any NBA player, they just rave about what a lovely human being Boban is. But he's so ridiculously tall, and he is so good, but he can't really play that many minutes because he's just so massive. But he's the one that pops to mind. I'll keep thinking, but with this guy, you know how often cult heroes, they're not bad at the sport, but part of it can be because they're not great. Is he actually, I know you said he's not a big name, is he actually alright though? Because you know how I always feel like it gets to the point of you'd have to worry about bullying if this player wasn't great, very good.
No, he's actually not, like, he's not bad. For his first season, I think he there were often matches where he would take like 2 or 3 wickets. So in Big Bash, like when you're bowling 4 overs, I think his economy was quite good. So like, it's not like he's a terrible player. It's not like I'm trying to think of someone. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but like, what about is it Aaron Baines, who has like that weird Twitter following?
Oh yeah, yes. So Aaron Baines, are you talking about the page?
Yeah,
Twitter page dedicated to him, and they just go off. Like, people love it. Yeah, I don't know how many followers they got. That's a good one actually, and because of the obviously Aussie nature, people love either making fun of Aussies or they just find it. I don't know what it is about us. They just find us really intriguing.
Well, it's just Americans just don't understand the world, basically.
Aaron Baines.
No offense to any of our American listeners.
And let us know if you're an American listener. I'm curious.
I feel like there'd be a lot in darts.
Darts?
Yeah, I reckon there's a guy named the Wizard or something like that. I'm going to look him up. Simon Whitlock. Oh, mate, you've got to see this guy. Hold on.
What about like a wrestling one? Surely there's like wrestlers.
Oh, like Santino.
I don't even know.
There was like an Italian wrestler named Santino. Look at this guy. Look at
What are they
this
called?
specimen. The Wizard. Look at him. This is everything I want to be in my life. If everyone at home, do yourselves a favor and Google Simon the Wizard Whitlock.
Wizard. He's a cool cat. Look at him.
Yeah, that's a cult hero in my head.
Do you think he's good at darts? He'd have to be.
I think he's very good at darts. I think he's like a world champion.
Nice. Let's get him on.
Maybe someone to, yeah. Walk On Music is Down Under by Men at Work. What about like, I guess Dennis Rodman would be a little bit of a cult hero. Like he was good though, but he had a cult following for a different reason. Like he beat his own drum type thing.
Yeah. Cult hero is always better if they're not the big names though. I know like little players
true.
like the Red Rocket on the Spurs. Brian. Oh, like
what's his name from the Lakers? Caruso.
Oh, Caruso. Yeah.
The Caruso?
Yeah, people love him. But he's actually good. I think he started off a bit of a joke, but he's actually good now.
Yeah, but like, you still wouldn't say he's the top player in the world.
No.
He's good enough where you can get away
Fuck
with
LeBron.
like making fun of him. Yeah. Oh, fuck LeBron.
Yeah. I just love bringing LeBron up now. No, that's a good... I reckon we could talk about cult hero. We should make a list of cult hero. We could have a whole show dedicated to it, but...
Yeah, maybe if you're listening and you see or hear this snippet, drop your cult hero, your sporting cult hero in the comments. We want to see them. We want to do some Googling.
I'll just drop a Peter in the comments. That's how it
Peter.
started.
But absolutely, the other point of that I wanted to bring up quickly before I forget is that it's so hard when you're losing to actually keep social media engagement. So I think they've done this, and that's where you often turn to the individual rather than the team as a whole. So I think doing that is pretty good. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, sorry, I cut you off. I'm so sorry about that. It's rude. You actually know who doesn't Luke Mason run it?
Luke Mason, yes.
Yeah, we can give him a shout out because I know this because you've mentioned it, but I actually saw a tweet during the week, similar thoughts of like the Renegades aren't winning much, but they're winning Twitter.
Yeah, I think that was our friend Edwin.
Oh, was
Social
it?
Sandwich.
Okay, well, that
I reckon it was. Get along and follow Edwin on social media as well. Social Sandwich.
On Edwin, who also made a very good point of roasting us during the off season.
Yeah.
But I like that roast actually. But all right,
Roast.
I think it's
Is it time?
It's our time.
I think it's time.
You know what's funny? I have eggs most mornings that we do egg of the week. I reckon it just gets me in the mode.
That's because you are an egg. You're a permanent egg.
Don't start this season off with me being an egg. But all right, do you want me to kick off? We've got a few each. I reckon we should have an egg battle, like 1v1.
We're gonna egg 1v1.
Egg off.
Okay.
Do
You go
kick us off?
first.
Okay, I'll go.
Nah, you go.
All right, so mine's. I'll be very honest. Mine's hilarious because our good mate, what's his name, Luca won 2020 Egg of the Year, and I saw something that I reckon this guy's probably seen it, and he probably thought I want to get on this show. It's in the world of skiing. It's Luca-esque.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what's happened because obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, it's not visual, but we know Luca piffed his bumper bar in the game in a race of go-karts at his opponents after losing. Well, this cross-country skier, Alexander, I don't know how to say his last name, he was
Bolshov.
He was disqualified for trying to hit a rival with his pole, and then I think he tackled him. He spear tackled him afterwards.
That's brilliant. That is so good.
It doesn't need audio, but he's basically, I think he's second. He's the guy in the red. He's trying to get past the winner.
Yeah.
And I think the winner puts his foot out. See there? He put his foot out, and Alexander didn't like it. So in this vision, where is he?
He's coming.
Boom!
Oh my god.
It's real Luca-esque. But you're an egg for that, Alexander. So he just basically spear tackled the guy that won the race because he didn't like him being in front of him and putting his leg out.
Those cheeky Russians, man. You just got to always watch out for those cheeky Russians.
No, it's not. It's always the
unlove to our Russian contingent of listeners.
We're on the back pedal here with a few things we say. We're a bit defensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, bang, you go.
I haven't got any vision for this, but I think this one is a well-known egg at the moment. The fucking tennis players complaining that they're in 2 weeks of lockdown. Get over yourselves. Number one, 90% of you had fucking COVID, so why would we let you out? And number two, you knew that was going to happen, so
yeah,
deal with it. If your coaches didn't prepare you for how to like stay fit in your hotel room for 14 days, you've got a bigger issue with your coaches than you do with the government.
Yeah,
Get on with it.
It's a bit of perspective of the world. Like
it is.
They need to have, you know, I don't know, we won't go too much into it, but surely their perspective of the world needs to be a bit better than that. But anyway, do you have a specific example? Or are you egging the whole bloody
just the whole thing? Just any of them that came out and were complaining, and some of them did like some pretty good content in that. They were like making reels and vision of them training and funny stuff, but then they're the ones complaining, and I'm like, you guys are just so tone deaf at the moment. It's not funny. The
dude that real cringe, the message at the end, I don't know who he was, but how he put on that kid's voice and said, I'm the Australian. Did you see that one? How he put on a kid's voice and he's like, I'm so cool. Like he said, I'm the Australian Open and I'm so cool. I'm like, bloody hell, are we back in high school? Well, I'll show you it. No,
I didn't see that one. Yeah, show us that one.
My name's Tennis Australia and I'm so cool.
This guy's fucked.
I thought you were going down that path for the egg. He needs to be an egg.
Yeah, he's definitely an egg. What an idiot.
I know.
Who are these people?
Oh, they're tennis players, mate. All right, my next one. We talked about it earlier, but NBL season is back. This feels rude to egg because you'd hate to do this in a professional basketball game, but basically Perth versus South Verst. Wow, we are back. Perth versus Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. I think yesterday, the day before, played close battle down to the wire. The scores are 89-90. Perth are down. They're 89. Phoenix are 90. It's Perth inbound with 5 seconds left, and Jesse Wagstaff gets a wide open layup and misses everything. Have a watch.
This is brilliant. This is so good. There's no reason to miss that.
The poor guy. But anyway, Jesse, you're another egg of mine. We couldn't bring it up.
The Wagstaff. Back to me?
Yes, back to you.
Again, I don't have like one example because there were just so many. But obviously, AFLW started again this week.
Yes.
And with AFLW, out of the woodwork comes all ye old mates, literal fuckwits, actually. I'm just going to go that far.
Anonymous AFL team, we should say.
Who decide... Oh, no, this is across the competition. You particularly notice it on, like, Fox Sports and 7AFL and stuff like that, where they just decide to have their opinion heard on something that they don't deserve. So... It's just like, I can't understand why men, in particular, have to jump on and start slamming the competition, the players, and just saying like some of the most disgusting shit that you'd ever read and witness. And it baffles you. It's like, if you don't like it, don't watch it, number one. If you really hate it, why do you have to share your opinion? Like, it's like, there's just some neuron in their brain fires where they see a woman being successful in what's traditionally a male-dominated space, and like, oh fuck, we've got to comment on that, or fuck, we've got to like make sure that they know that this sport is shit and that like fucking scoring 3 goals in a game is terrible. And it's like, well, fuck off, like.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah. I find it really hard to get my head around that we're the same. This sounds stupid. That we're the same species as these people. Like, like you're right. How is there something in their brain that makes that seem okay, and that you have to say things like that behind an account, nonetheless? Like, I don't know. So many examples of humans being the worst. And you're right, it is disgusting, and it's just, you can't understand it, and it baffles me that we're the same. Like, we're not the same, but we're, like, how are people programmed like that?
I just, like, you know what always runs through my head is that all of these men have, like, mothers or cousins that are females, or I think we've actually spoken about this before. Sisters, like, women that they know, and that, like, you would not say some of that shit to the, like, in front of women that you know, yet they seem, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to rant about it. If you have a poor opinion about women's sport, just keep it to yourself, because it's wrong, basically.
Amen.
Eggs.
I was going to
next one.
I was going to try to work an egg pun into amen, but I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah. Yours in the name of the yolk.
I don't really have another egg. This is just a funny human story of we were out last night, and just an awkward interaction of we order an Uber, and this bloke is in front of us, and the most confident bloke you've ever seen hops in our Uber. he's just sitting there, and we're just like looking at him, and then he gets out after realising the Uber driver must have said something, and he gets out without acknowledging us at all, and just slides on back into, like, wherever we were.
Oh, no.
It's just such a funny interaction, because, like, I don't know, like, everybody looks at the number plate, and I'd love to be in the car when the Uber driver's just like, this isn't you, and then he just hops back out, doesn't look at us, slides back off. You're an egg.
That's such confidence, just to, like,
love it.
Get into another one.
And he didn't even seem like drunk. He seemed fine.
Maybe he's just taking the piss. Maybe he just wants to make some new friends.
I don't think so. He's just a cool cat in his own world.
Maybe.
All right, that ends my eggs. Do you have one final one?
I've just realised I've got two more. They're quick ones.
Yeah, go.
So I've got a couple of, for my next two ones that I'm going to wheel through. One, I don't know if I should name the team that tweeted this. What do you reckon, Barks? Should we just go for it?
I mean, we could do a funny bleep of the whole team, but go on.
Okay, we'll bleep out the team, but so unfortunately, like, over the break, there was a wrestler whose real name was John Huber or something like that, but his in-ring name was Brody Lee. He unfortunately passed away, so was trending on Twitter, R.I.P. Brody, and a lot of wrestlers were sharing messages of condolences, and basically big loss to the community. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's what it was. So obviously, have a player named Brody, and a wrestler named Young Bucks on Twitter tweeted, "We love you, Brody." Retweeted this with same, comma, and tagged Brody in it.
It's just real unfortunate, isn't it?
It's terribly unfortunate.
Lazy, and it's just unfortunate that it was something as serious as somebody losing their life.
It's a pretty big howler. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to harp on it. We all make mistakes, but maybe check the trending section before you jump on something.
I think that's fair.
And this is my last one. Fox Footy. Love ripping into Fox Footy. So
You do.
Here we go. Are you ready for this?
I am. Oh.
Can you just check with who they're with?
Fox Footy's with Mia Khalifa.
Who's Mia Khalifa, Barks?
Oh, I've heard the name. It might be in some sort of industry, I think.
I think she might be a Twitch star.
I think so. But what? I'm just trying to understand
Mia Khalifa, I don't know how that happened. I don't know. You know what? If you're the person from Fox Footy who... So, sorry, for everyone at home, Fox Footy put up a post about Adelaide with a quote linking to a story. And they've posted this on Facebook. And you know how on Facebook you can you can add with who you are. So you might be with like a partner. So it might be Carlton is with Hyundai, for example. And then you put the post. They've done Fox Footy is with Mia Khalifa. I don't know what the fuck, how that even popped up.
Are we sure this is real, Jules?
It's real.
You saw not a screenshot?
It was real.
Okay. Oh, it's on Reddit. It has to be.
It's on Reddit. Reddit don't fuck around.
That's
yeah,
ridiculous. How does that happen? What were they like? I want to know what they were trying to tag because it's got to be something close to that. But anyway.
Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, Mia Khalifa was a former adult entertainer. Let's just put it that way.
Was she?
Wouldn't be going onto Google for that one.
No, just use
maybe
Jules' word.
Yeah, just to take some content there. But
right,
anyway, a lot of eggs there.
Yeah, bloody hell. We had 8 in there or something. Big debut from
the
us.
cholesterol's going to be high after this one.
Wow. All right, do we want to
Wow.
talk? We want to talk about what's coming up guest wise?
Season 2, everyone. Yeah, we've been doing some work in the off season, trying to line up some guests and
In the gym mainly for me, bit of work.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's your bench?
Slow on my voice.
Yeah.
My bench is wooden.
Oh yeah, nice.
Anyway, guess.
So we got some guests this week. Not this week. This season coming up, we have, ladies and gentlemen, lined up our second international guest. Wow. Details to be revealed, but this person is from one of the most famous NBA franchise. I can't talk. One of the most famous NBA franchises in history.
That was good. Oh, you did a bit of me, but
I did a you.
One of the biggest NBA franchises is what you're trying to say.
Yes, is what I'm trying to say. So that guest will be coming up in mid-Feb. We're just locking in some times. We always know it's a bit hard with these international guests, but that should be a very exciting one. And linking into our conversation about the Renegades, our friend Luke Mason will be joining us as well to talk cricket and his journey in sport. Bucks, I believe you'd like to introduce the other guest that we have lined up.
I would. Just on Luke Mason, I look forward to hounding him about cricket. No, so next week we'll have, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jules, but massive guest. He's my brother.
First guest of the season.
He's my brother, Darren. So Darren works in the NBL. He does a bit of everything there, to be honest. His title, I don't know what your title is, Darren, but digital content creator will go with graphics, video, all the lot. So we'll talk to him about the world of basketball, a few hairy topics. I think we'll try to lock that in for next week because it sort of ties in with the NBL season kicking off. What are you smiling at, my man?
Are you going to go extra hard on him because you just
rip him
like,
apart?
Nah, Darren, that's a fucking shit answer. Tell us the truth.
A lot of edits next week. No, I look forward to it. And it's funny because I feel like you know Darren, but you've never actually talked to him or met him. But
I've never met Darren, but I'm looking forward to seeing you two side by side.
Great. Me too. Can't wait. So that's next week.
Can't wait. That's
Luke
next week.
And mysterious other named guest. Don't forget your laptops because you need them.
There's a few more that we're working on, which we'll be releasing as they get more locked in. But as always, if there's someone you know that would be a good feature on this show, just yell out, tag them. We want to talk to everyone.
Yep.
Because otherwise, it's just us talking to each other.
Absolutely, and it gets boring because we don't really like each other sometimes. But that does it. That wraps us up.
No, hold on. I got one thing I want to say. I saw this funny TikTok the other day, and it was like, why do men start podcasts instead of talking about their feelings?
Is that it?
That's it. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny actually.
Anyway,
that's it. Episode 1 of 82 this season. No, we'll see how we go.
It's going to be a long season.
Head to our socials. We're going to ramp it up this year. Even more, I should say, but at Content Catchup on all your beloved Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. Head to TikTok. There's a few good behind the scenes snippets that we'll be a bit more active on. But yeah, thanks Jules, thanks everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's been good to be back, and hit us up with any questions, anything you want us to do this season, and you've been wonderful as always, Jules. Thank you.
Jules?
I don't know what to call you then, yeah.
Jules?
Jules.
Jules. Anyway, everyone, have fun, stay safe.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.